Hey everyone, today we're going to be installing this CarPlay screen inside the Mercedes GLC300. Today I'm going to install AutoABC Smart Screen. And currently I have this GLC300 looking like this. So for installing this today, I have a T15 Torx bit, Phillips head, this pointy thing, this trim removal tool, and the second one if you need one, and electrical tape to wrap around this just in case. So for this one, use a tool to pry it up on both sides, and then once you get to here, you want to push these in and then pull up. Then that comes out. You have some screws here and then some screws here. Okay, so when you're pulling this section out, there are a couple clips in the back. So we have these two. I pulled from here. I also pulled from here. And I'm just leaving this one here because this is a bit difficult, so I'm just putting it out of the way but making sure this wire has slack. After that, there are two screws here, so I remove those. And that allows this radio part to swing out. And then we can expose the wires in the back. So for this part up here, I just pried down here and then pulled it up. Just keep prying all the way around. Okay, so these pop up. So over here, if you look down here and in here, there are these screws that need to be removed. So we're going to use a screwdriver and do that. Let's see. So far I've gotten away with just using a T15 bit held in with electrical tape. But now this part comes out like this. So to remove those connectors from the screen, you push this one down and then pull this straight out. For this one, this tab flips down and then you can pull it out. So the way I'm going to run the cables is, see here, if I do this and then fish it up there, you can see that cable come on the other side. Then once it's behind, I should be able to pull it right through and then through here. And then for the other cable, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Fish it through here where there's play. And then route it up right over there. And then I'm going to pull it out. So now for that second cable, I routed it up from the back and then now up towards the center where the wires should come out. There we go. So I can see the cable poking through. All right, so that's how we route the cables in. So since I have NTG5, this is the wire, and then I'm supposed to wire this to the LVDS cable. So this is going to go to this. So now we have this cable bunch in the back of the radio. So if I pinch this, this part comes down. Then we should be able to pull this out. Okay, so I'm going to connect this to the back of this right here. And then pinch this in place. It does say that if you have fiber optic cables, you have to transfer them. So since I do back here, I'm going to need to pull these out and then transfer them to this side over here. So to remove the fiber optic cable bundle, I took this thing and then I put it right behind this pry up tab, which releases the tab that you see through here. Then this fiber optic slides out. And now I can move it to the other connector. So this is the old connector. This is the new connector, which is going to go to the back of the radio. And I've moved the fiber optic cable to here. It clicked in, and then you can see the notch there where I cannot pull this out anymore. So now this cable bundle without the fiber optic, which I just removed, is going to go into this part. Okay, so I've connected that, and I'm going to pull this back. Nice click into place. And then this part is going to go to the back of the radio now. Okay. So now with everything still hanging out, I turned the car on and I see this is turned on, so that's great. Now let's see what happens. OEM car info. So this is the original background. Just pull this out. If we do OEM car, so that just shows the regular screen part. And then if we go to CarPlay, we can do that, but we'll get to this later. So now we know that this is working. Okay, so radio's still working, so that's great. So now I want to check the rear camera. Hazard warning flash is malfunctioning. Well, that's because I've disconnected the whole center console. Okay, so let's go try reversing settings. I'm going to set this to original camera. And then let's see. If we go into reverse, there's nothing on the screen. Okay, so after setting it to original, I restarted the car. So now let's see. If we go into reverse, there's the rear camera, so we are good to go there. So now that we have confirmed this is working, the audio is working, the reverse camera is working, I can now put everything back together. So first, I could probably just start pushing this through, but of course we want to make sure we get USB to a place where we can access. USB, I'm just going to stick it in the glove box, which is over there. So I'm just going to wire it straight into there. Okay, so now this radio part, we're going to stick this in here. We know that this is supposed to hold on the bracket down here. Then push it back in, screw it down over here. Here is one of the screws. Here is the second screw. The original screen had these two screws that we removed, which are still stuck in here. We're going to transfer these into here, and then we're going to slide this into here and then tighten this down. Okay, with the screws moved over, see that there's barely sticking out this side. Now we can push this in here. Okay, I've slid this in place. The big wire is on this side, the small wire is on this side. We push this in as far as we can. Then we tighten the back. After tightening that, I just want to give it a pull to make sure this is not moving left, right, or whatever. Wires are still here, so that's good. On the back of the unit, if you lift these tabs, this is where the screw holes go in, and those ultimately screw up here. So they give this as part of the package. This side with the notch that goes down, it's going to dip down. We slide both of these on here, and then when we screw the radio in, it's going to go through here. So right now the radio is already connected. When we put this in, we're going to line up the holes and then screw it in place. Okay, so when you look through this hole here, this should be lined up with that metallic piece on both this side and this side, then screw it down. Next we have the abundance of wires. So this is going to go in here. Of course, just got to give it some space. And then this is going to go in here. And on this side, we have this black wire and this white wire, which go right under the vents facing the passenger side. We have one obviously connected and one to be connected. So when this goes in, think about it like a car hood. It's going to start at the top, slowly push it down here. And then once you get it in here, this is where you line up all the screws. Okay, so one screw hole here, one screw hole here. Okay, so one side going in, other side as well. Silver trim piece is going to go in here. And there you go. Lastly, almost forgot this part here. Snap down. So to get this CarPlay to transmit the audio to the car, we have to connect a device. And that device is going to be the BT transmitter. So here's BT transmitter. And now that we've connected that, we have to unpair my phone from the original Bluetooth. So when we go back, it'll be able to play. So we'll tap again, go back into CarPlay, and then we'll play the music. From the new screen, there's a separate equalizer. I wanted more bass, so I bumped up these, and it sounds better. So by setting the car's resolution to NTG 5.0 960 by 540, it displays just fine here. And to do that, if you go into here, and then you go into Setup, System, Car Settings, Original Car Resolution, and then set this one, then you get a good resolution. That's all for now. Thank you very much for watching.